The longer you stay in a toxic relationship with narcissistic people, the more likely you are to become a liar, and a very good liar at that. Yes, narcissistic people will make a very dishonest person out of you, and this is painful. Not only are you dealing with the narcissistic rage and the attacks and all this and that and all the nonsense from them, but you are also inside knowing that you are being dishonest, and that hurts. I deal with this a lot during one-on-one coaching calls. People will say, Kevin, I am doing things in secrecy. I am spending time with friends, and I'm not telling my husband. I'm not telling my wife, and I'm living this double life now. Am I the narcissist? And my response is, well, what choice do you have? You see, it's inevitable that you start lying in a toxic relationship. It's inevitable out of self-preservation. Because once you realize that you're attacked for doing these things, you're attacked for the things that you enjoy, you're attacked for your opinions and your ideas, you're attacked for expressing your feelings, well, it's no wonder you're going to start to keep these things secret, which is just a form of dishonesty. And it's going to eat you up inside. Because you're not like them. Narcissistic people are liars, and they want to drag you into their world of lying where they're comfortable, and you're not like them. You are a truth seeker. You want to live in the light, but you cannot live in the light while you are in a toxic relationship, because the darkness comprehends the light not, and the darkness will fight and rage against that type of honesty. The honesty in which you want to live with will send a narcissistic person into a rage against you. And so you've learned that dishonesty is the key to survive. So the question is, how do you get out of that? How do you step into honesty? Because you desire a life of honesty. You desire a life in the light. So how do you get there? How do you become more honest of a person? I'm going to share with you how. I'm going to give you the inside scoop, so to speak. The honest truth about honesty. The only advice about honesty that you're going to need in order to not only be honest with narcissistic people and toxic people in your life, but to be honest with anybody you come across. Stay with me. My name is Kevin. This is The Royal We. Now, before I do continue with this very important message on how to be honest with narcissistic people and with anybody, I want to let you know that I'm here to support you. Down in the description box below this video, you'll find access for one-on-one appointments with me. I do take telephone calls and video calls through Zoom, FaceTime, and WhatsApp. So those of you who feel like you are dishonest and you're tired of it, it's eating you up, head on down, schedule some time with me. I'm ready to work with you. Also, I do have a coaching program. And now my coaching program is live and in person each and every day. So if you want to work with me in this type of a setting within a group, head on down there and join the Royal We coaching program. We work out of a journal and out of a diary so that you can map out your 2024. If you join right now, I am going to give you my custom finger painting artwork. That's right. This is my artwork right there. It's a great thing that you can have on your phone. So that way you can be reminded each and every day that you are the Royal We, right? So head on down there, get registered. Each and every one of you watching this video right now should spend at least 1 month in the Royal We coaching program. So head on down there, get registered. I'll see you in class. Now, I experienced what it's like to become dishonest firsthand, and it was painful. As a matter of fact, when I look back on my experience with the narcissistic in-laws I was dealing with, it wasn't their rage, it wasn't their anger, it wasn't their stupidity and their acting tough and their bullying that even bothered me. It was the fact that I was turning into more and more of a dishonest person. That's what really bothered me the most, because I don't want to be a dishonest person. But I felt like I had no choice. I'm going to share with you some examples. It started all with a lame phone. Seriously. So this is the Apple iPhone. I enjoy Apple iPhones. I was one of the first people to get them when they first came out. So this was years and years and years and years and years ago. And I remember I was around these people, and I had the first iPhone, and I couldn't even sit it out on the table when I was in their presence because it became a centerpiece for attack. An attack that they would launch onto me using the phone as their justification, as the reason. Oh, you got that phone? Why? That's stupid. Why would you spend the money on that? You're not too bright, are you, Kevin? That's stupid of you. Why waste your money? blah, blah, blah. Narcissism, narcissism, narcissism. They're idiots, right? And this is what they do. They attack you through things that you enjoy. So naturally, my first response was, okay, well, I'm not going to have that out around these people anymore. So I started hiding it. What I didn't realize is that this is a slow stepping pathway down towards dishonesty. It starts with having to hide things. This is what starts to lead into a double life. I'm going to share with you another example. I was one time sharing with them that I went to meet some friends at this place called the Brandon Iron, San Bernardino, California, do some dancing, have a beer, whatever. And once again, it was attacked. Instead of saying, oh, that's cool, how was it? Which is what you would expect out of normal people. It was, isn't that where high schoolers go, Kevin? That's lame. Why would you go to that place? Blah, 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 blah. Attack, attack, attack. So I no longer shared the places I would go and the things I would do with those people because everything was under an attack. Everything. I can only imagine how much worse it is if it was a spouse or family that you have to always be around. It's no wonder you're going to start to live a double life. It's no wonder you're going to keep things secret because it's self-preservation to not be attacked. And it's not just with the things you like, it's also with your views and your opinions. Listen, I was first exposed to woke culture through those narcissistic in-laws. I couldn't really share my views and opinions that were conservative, that were Christian anymore, because those people are like, that's stupid. How do you think like that? Blah, 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 blah. Narcissism, narcissism, narcissism. You don't think like us, so we're going to attack you. And so I stopped sharing my thoughts and my ideas with that family. Secrecy. I shut my mind down. It's dishonesty. Same thing with feelings. Feelings is the worst one, right? You try sharing feelings with narcissistic people. Hey, this bothers me. Can you not do this? And you're attacked for it. You're called names. You're too sensitive. You can't take a joke. What's worse than that is once you realize that what they want from you is you to share your feelings. They want you to beg and plead with them to stop doing this, to stop doing that. Once you catch on to that, you're like, whoa, I'm not sharing what bothers me anymore. Dishonesty. So do you see how being dishonest is inevitable in toxic relationships? It's inevitable. But that's not who you are, and that's not how you want to live your life because it hurts. So let's talk about how you break this. How do you become a more honest person with narcissistic people? How do you become a more honest person with anybody that you're dealing with? I'm going to give you the answer right now. Are you ready? It's the only form of honesty you're ever going to need. It's the only answer you're ever going to need, I promise you. Here it is. Don't worry about being honest with narcissistic people. Don't worry about being honest with anybody else. Let that thought leave your mind. You don't owe them honesty. You don't owe anybody else honesty. You don't have to be honest with anybody else. So I want you to push that idea away from you. If that's what's hurting you, that you're not being honest with people, push that fear away from you. Push that hurt away from you right now because you don't owe honesty to anybody outside of yourself. The only person that you should be honest with is you. The only person who deserves honesty from you is you. The only person you have to be honest with is yourself, not them. Now watch this. Once you're honest with yourself, you'll never again have to worry about being honest with others because you're honest with yourself. Being honest with yourself will automatically make you honest with other people. They may not like your honesty because when you're honest with yourself, you will not be around people who are hurting you. You will not engage with people who can't listen and enjoy the things you enjoy with you. You will not be with people who do not respect your feelings. This is what it looks like when you're honest with yourself. Now, they're not going to like it. Your narcissistic family members are going to bitch and moan and complain. So what? At least you're being honest. And you won't have to add the dishonesty on top of everything else. You can feel at peace because you're being honest, and you can let them thrash about like the narcissistic little fishes out of water that they are. Who cares? How do you do it? A lot of people are wondering, Kevin, how do you become more honest with yourself? I've never learned how to be honest with myself. Well, I'm going to give you the biblical foundation of honesty. Are you ready? It comes down to two things. Let your yes be yes and your no be no. Let your yes be yes and your no be no. Anything outside of that is dishonesty. These are the words of Jesus. Anything outside of yes and no is just vanity. Anything outside of yes and no is just going to be a problem. One of the worst things that I've seen people do, and I've done this myself, is to say no because you don't want to do something, but then allow someone to talk you into it. Because not only are you going against yourself, which hurts bad enough, but you've also now lost the respect of this person who got you to go along with it. Now they no longer respect you. That person has no backbone. When a family member say, hey, are you going to go to your uncle, aunt, second, third, fourth cousin's funeral that passed away? Right? And you're thinking inside, I don't really want to go spend time with my family. Then the answer is no. I get this question a lot. Kevin, my aunt, second, third, or fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, whatever cousins passed away having a funeral, but I don't want to go be around family. Kevin, should I go? Like, you just gave me the answer. Go back and say what you said again. My aunts, uncles, third, fourth, fifth, sixth cousins died. I don't want to go be around my family. Kevin, should I go? Well, the answer was in that. The answer is no. You don't want to go. So don't go. Letting your yes be yes and your no be no means this, that when you say no, you stick to it. No matter who it hurts and who it bothers, you stand firm on your no. And when your yes is yes, then you go. Not because of them, but because of you, because you're honoring your yes, because you are presenting yourself, because you're mentally, emotionally, and physically prepared to stand in that yes. Yes, I am going. Yes, I am here. The worst thing to do is to be wishy-washy, to say yes and then not do anything, to say no and then do stuff because people have pressured you. This is a territory where nobody respects you. And I deal with this all the time. People wondering why their narcissistic family members will not respect them, constantly talk bad about them. Well, why do you go and be around them? Well, I try to say no, but then I end up going and blah. Well, they're always going to disrespect you because to them, you have no backbone. To them, you've given them ammunition to say, so-and-so's half mentally ill. They say no, and then they show up anyways. They're going to point you out as being a wishy-washy person who can't make decisions. Try this with me. Say no and stick with it. Say yes and stick with it. Will they like it? Who cares? You don't owe them honesty. You owe yourself honesty. And that's the whole point of this message, is that the key to being more honest in life with narcissistic people and with anybody you're dealing with, the key to honesty is just being honest with yourself. If you're honest with yourself, you won't have to be honest with anybody else. It will be automatic. I hope this makes sense to you. If you are struggling in this area, as I said before, I am here to support you. Down in the description box, you'll find access for one-on-one appointments with me. I do take telephone calls as well as video calls through Zoom, FaceTime, and WhatsApp. So head on down there, schedule some time with me right now. Also, consider joining the Royal We Coaching Program. It's live and in person each and every day. So head on down there and get registered. I would love to see you in class. If you are new to the Royal We, be sure to subscribe to this channel, like this video, share it with somebody who may need to hear this message today. All right? And I'll be back with more videos for you right here on the Royal We. Before I do return, be sure to check out one of these videos that the YouTube algorithm is selected for you. It knows what you've been watching, and it knows what you need to hear right now. So watch one of these videos, and be sure to like and subscribe once again, and I'll be back with more videos for you right here on the Royal We. Bye, everyone.